Good day, Sir Ariel Christian Vidor. Today we'll discuss our final project about automated grading system. By the way, my name is General Dinoy and my partner Raymond Umahas.
Before we start our discussion, let me explain the automation grade system. Automation grade system is alike of Excel, but we use our knowledge and experience about coding that we learned. Automation grade system is used to automate your grade and display the calculated general weight average. Now we will explain the code about automation grade system. The first thing you want to do is to create a class of abstract grading system. Abstract classes cannot be instantiated directly and are meant to be subclass. And now if you can see, we use private fields. These private instances variables to store student name, ID, and gender. Then we create constructor to initialize the fields with the provided values. Public abstract grading system, string student name, int student ID, string student gender. This data student name equals student name. This is student ID equals student ID. This that is student gender equals student gender. The getter methods to access the private fields. Public string get student name, return student name. Public int get student ID, return student ID. Public string get student gender, return student gender. Then an abstract method must be implemented by any subclass. Public abstract void display in student info. Interface grade calculator declares a method calculated grade that must be implemented by any class that it implements this interface.
Class automated grading system extends abstract grading system. This will extend the abstract grading system, and then public automated grade system. This is the constructor string student name, int student ID, string student gender, and then super student name, student ID, student gender, and then we override public void display student info. Purpose: this class extends abstract grading system and provides implementation for the abstract method display student info. Next is the nested class calculate grade. This have a public class calculate grade, implements the grade calculator. It has attributes of private double in system fundamentals, private double networking, private double calculus, private double HCI, private double intermediate programming, private double PE, private double OP, private double ROTC. Public calculate grade. This has a constructor of double system fundamentals, double networking, double calculus, double HCI, double intermediate programming, double PE, double OOP, double RTC, and we instantiate that this is that system fundamentals equals system dot fundamentals, this networking equals networking, this calculus equals calculus, this HCI equals HCI, this intermediate programming equals intermediate programming, this PE equals PE, this OP equals OP, this RTC equals RTC, and we have the getters. This getters is we can access the method public double get system fundamentals, and this will return the system fundamentals. Public double get networking, return networking. Public double calculus, return calculus. Public double get HCI, return HCI. Public double get intermediate programming, return intermediate programming. Double get PE, return PE. Public double get OP, get OP. Public double get RTC, return RTC. And we have the setters. This is we can set the subjects of this class. We can set the system fundamentals. We can set the networking. We can set the calculus. We can set the HCI. We can set the intermediate programming, set the PE, set the OP, and set the RTC. Public void calculate grade. This is where we calculate the grades. We have system fundamentals plus networking plus calculus plus HCI plus intermediate programming plus PE plus OOP plus RTC. This is where we combine all the subject, and then we have the double result equals total divided by 8.0. This is assuming that we have 8 subjects. And then this is print system.out.print line GWA. This will print the general average plus string.format. It means that only one decimal point, and then result. If result is less than or equal to 3.0, it will print passed, else system.out.println failed. The purpose of this nested class implements the grade calculator interface. Field stores grades for various subjects. Constructor initializes the grades. Getters and setters provides access to and modifies the grade. Method calculate grade calculates and prints the general weighted average GWA. Next is the nested class within the calculator grade details. Public class grade details implements grade detail displayer. This we have attributes of string outstanding, private string very satisfactory, private string fairly satisfactory, private string did not meet expectation. We have a method of public grade details. This that outstanding equals to 1.9 to 1.0. This that very satisfactory equals 2.4 to 2.0. This that fairly satisfactorily equals to 3.0 to 2.5. This that did not meet expectation equals below 3.0. We have override methods of getters. Public string get outstanding, return outstanding, override public string get very satisfactory, return very satisfactory, override public string get fairly satisfactory, return fairly satisfactory, override public string get did not meet expectation, return did not meet expectation. Purpose of this is this nested class implements grade detail displayer. Fields stores grade descriptions. Constructor initialize grade descriptions. Methods returns the grade description.
The last thing we want to do is to create a class main. The class name main in Java is the entry point for any application is the main method inside the class. Static void main string args. This declares the main methods which is the entry point of the program. The main method the public so that it can be called by the Java runtime. Static so that it can be invoked without creating an instance of the class, and it takes an array of string arguments typically used for command line arguments. Automated grade system equals new automated grade system string general denoy int 2486 string mail. This creates an instance of automated grade system class with the student's name general denoy id 2486 and gender male. Instance is assigned to the variable system student information system that display student info. This calls the display student info method on the system object which prints the student information to the console. An instance of calculated grade. Automated grade system that calculated grade calculator equals system that new calculate grade 3.1 2.2 5.5 1.6 4.2 1.2 2.6 and 5.7. This creates an instance of the nested calculated grade class inside the system object. The constructor of calculated grade is called with the grades for different subjects: system fundamentals, networking, calculus, HCI, intermediate programming, PE, OOP, and ROTC. The grades we are implement is 3.1, 2.2, 5.5, 1.6, 4.2, 1.2, 2.6, and 5.7. Respectively, the instance is assigned to the variable grade calculate. Hence, the grades for different subjects. You can see we display the grades and each subject. System fundamental, networking, calculus, HCI, programming, PE, OOP, ROTC. Lines print the grades for each subject by calling the respective getter methods on the grade calculator object. Then calculate all printing overall grade. Grade calculator dot calculate grade. This call the calculated grade method on the grade calculator object which calculates the grade weighted average GWA it and indicates whether the student passed or failed. Now we create an instance of a grade details automated grade system that calculate grade grade details equals grade calculator equals new grade details. This creates an instance of a nested grade details inside the grade calculator object. The constructor of grade details initializes description and grade categories. The instance is assigned to the variable grade details. Printing the grade details. If you can see, we print the details of its rating. It will print the ratings of it is outstanding, very satisfactory, fairly satisfactory, did not meet expectation. Prints the description for the grade categories by calling the respective getter methods in the grade details object.
Now, when we run the code, it will produce the following output step by step. First is the student information. The display student info method is called, which prints the student name, ID, and gender. Second, grades for each subject. The values of each subject's grades are printed by calling the respective getters methods. Third, general weighted average or GWA calculation. The calculate grade method computes the GWA by averaging the grades of all subjects. The GWA is printed with one decimal place. The program checks if the GWA is less than or equal to 3.0 to determine if the student has passed or failed and prints passed or failed. Fourth is the grade details. The ranges of different grade descriptions: outstanding, very satisfactory, fairly satisfactory, did not meet expectation. That's all for today's video. I hope you learned something. Thank you and God bless. Don't forget to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. That's all. Thank you.